Hey T, are you ready? Yeah, girl, I'm ready. Let's get to it. Let's go. Welcome to Reality in April.
I'm
I'm
T.
April.
A small background about us. We met each other at our HBCU, Norfolk State University, and we were both dance girls. And I remember when I came in the first day of band practice to try out, and I saw April sitting on the bottom step, and we've been best friends ever since. We've had some time.
The details of how you remember that is always incredible
I
to
remember
hear
what you
every
had on. You
time.
had on a white t-shirt and you had on khaki shorts. I remember that like nothing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would have worn. So I totally believe you.
My mother always told me that it's not how many friends you have, but the friends that you do have. Meaning that you don't need a lot of friends. You just need special friends. And you've always been a special friend for me. So I went to April and said, let's start doing reality TV because I watch a lot of reality TV.
Me too.
I live alone. I'm bored, and I've always wanted to do this. So here we are. We're doing Love is Blind Denver, season 9. Lord
Season
help our
9.
souls.
So I'm a novice. I am not a novice to reality TV. I want to say that my first reality TV was like 2003, 2004, with a Flavor Flav,
Girl, not Flavor Flav.
real love. I was
Not
hooked on
delicious.
reality. I've been hooked ever since.
And they
Every,
were fighting for that man.
you know what? We should do a
They were fighting
throwback.
for that raisin.
We should do a throwback on that one. We need to go back and watch some old episodes.
Oh, that made New York famous though, and she's still doing it. And
Yep,
she's doing
yep.
her thing. So,
Ah, but yeah, that's
well,
how
let
I
me
got.
say about this Denver cast. Let me give
Oh
an overall
wait. Let me
before
say.
we.
So it's called the very first episode, like you said, season 9 is called A Love Sparkle.
Oh,
That
Sparkle Megan.
no, the
Because
name of the
she
episode.
was. No, I'm saying it's because of Sparkle Megan.
Oh, because oh,
She had the most time. I'm like, if they show her on one more date, she had like 3 or 4 dates.
mm.
And I was like,
Yeah,
that is the most, like, then the name already gave bougie. I was like, so I know how she's going to be. Okay.
yeah. She said, well, that's what my friends call me. It's my friend. Because you like it, because you keep telling everybody
You
this.
keep telling everybody. All the men knew her. So I have my notes.
Okay.
All
So
right.
speaking of notes, because I am a novice to Love is Blind. I have never seen not a single episode. I know that you've seen it from the
Shut
start.
up.
Like how many years has it? You said it's 9 seasons. Hello.
And they have, I watched all the overseas ones like France, they have Brazil, they have Australia. I've watched them all.
Oh no. Really?
I've watched
Okay.
them all. It hit when during COVID.
Okay.
So the one couple that everyone fell in love with is Lauren and her husband. They're about to have a baby. They're together. Another one, Amber and Brett, are still together. So it does work. My
Okay.
thing is now everyone wants to be an influencer. And from what I'm understanding from watching other podcasts like Jessie Woo, I love watching her, they are asking the men to come on where the women are applying. So what that means is the men really don't want to get married,
Well, it has
right?
show. Okay, but don't get ahead of ourselves because I'm
Okay, okay,
starting.
okay, okay.
You said that boom, boom, boom is making sense to me now. Now I'm watching the men. That's exactly what I'm seeing. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I got my notes too. I have a list of all the people and their ages. I got the boys on one side and the girls on the other.
I know. And
I
just
got,
so you know, since you're a novice to this, they always have like 3 or 4 black girls, but only one will get shown.
okay. We'll see. We'll see.
So
We'll see.
they have 15 people, or was it 14 men, 14 women. They're only going to highlight one black woman.
Well,
And what's
we
sad about
seen
that
that.
is they make a fool out of the black woman because who this black woman is teamed up with is, we'll get into it.
Okay. So let's start with the premise of the show because, like you
Okay.
said, there's a lot of people out there like me. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know I mean, I know it's about, but because
Also, I have a Love is Blind cup.
you sure
That's how big
did.
of a fan I am.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So the premise of the show is, and I like what is hosted by Nick and Vanessa Lachey, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
like what Nick said when he said falling in love without the obstacle of the physical barrier. I love that
Mm-hmm.
because you can fall in love with the or connect with the heart and the mind more so the body, you know. 'Cause you know that body, can, you know, tip the scales a little bit, whether you like that person or not, because that person has what you're attracted to, you will forgive a lot of things that you normally wouldn't do. So, and you ignore a lot of the red flags and things like that. So, I love the premises of this social experiment.
Let me say this. This is the first year you've had more people that are over a size 8. Like usually
People.
they reach out to these Instagram model looking people. This is the first year where it looks like regular people. And I love that. Yep.
All right. So, what I noticed that now before I made a faux pas because I was about to really get into it because, the first scene when the host comes out and they say, "Oh, why are you joining the show? What have you?"
Mm-hmm.
At their point, because I know Kayla said she wanted to leave the type at the door. She wanted to know to get the real person. So it showed her, and then it showed him. I think his name was Nick or whoever, Mike or somebody. He said it's he wanted to have take the risk,
Mm-hmm.
from his heart and not his eyes or something like that. Something real cute that he said. But it kept flipping between the guys and the girls, and I'm like, how is this blind when they're sitting there looking right at each other? And
They don't see each other.
I realized they were in separate rooms.
Yeah. The thing I loved this time was Jordan admitting that he was a father because if you don't know, there was a scandal where a man had 3 children. His name was Tyler, and he didn't tell anybody until way into the experiment. He told the girl he was engaged to, and he said he was only a sperm donor, but that wasn't the case. So I'm glad that Jordan came out and said, I'm a father. We've also had one other woman that was a mother, um, who I actually loved her too, and she told people she was a mother. So, like,
So
if you're
that's
about to date somebody, like Jordan said, I'm not just dating for myself. I'm dating for me and my son. I love that. I was like, thank you for just putting it out there.
okay. All right. So they separate and they go into these pods, right?
Pods, yes.
In these pods where they get to talk to each other and fill each other out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you
So the
mentioned
first one, um,
Jordan. You
I
mentioned
think the
Jordan.
first one that made an impression on me is Patrick, who is the Asian guy.
Hmm.
And he goes on a date with Casey. Um, Casey loves sports. She played basketball in high school. She grew up Mormon, that kind of thing. There's something about Patrick, though, that rubbed me the wrong way, where he was not confident. Not confident. He wasn't proud of being Asian. As a black woman, I only want to come back as a black woman, right? I don't, and I grew up in New Jersey in a white neighborhood. My kids grew up in Cincinnati in a white neighborhood, but they blackety black, 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 and they're proud of their heritage. He seemed like it was a fault for him. Like he was
Um,
scared to date, kind of.
I, whatever his experience has been, it's kind of almost like, in my opinion, I don't think he's ashamed of it. I just think that he's very leery because maybe he got bullied about it triggers him. And so he's very careful about opening up that type of wound. It's easier to pretend like you're not Asian or you're not. I know Black people pretend like they're not Black because they don't want that stigma attached to whatever it is.
I ain't never pretended
Where
like I ain't Black.
I'm not talking about me. I'm just talking about I can see some people
Okay.
do feel that way. I'm just saying. I can understand. So I can't say that's not his experience. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think that he's ashamed of it. I just think that he has been put down, and he had expressed this a lot during the episodes that he's had been put down a lot, and he had
Mm-hmm. He did say that.
overcome a lot of that. I think he did a lot of self work, but it's still a concern for him to be judged because of that, because he is in a predominantly white environment. So, but I like Patrick too. Patrick is
I
one of
like
my
Patrick. And I'm
favorites.
gonna tell you my favorite person is Anna. Um Anna, who is also Asian, and her and Patrick figured out that they were both Asian.
Okay. Let me go back to something you said because you said Patrick liked Casey
He liked
and
Casey, and then he got a connection with Anna.
Anna. So
And then
before Anna
Sparkle,
came,
go
well, I
ahead.
wanted to say this real quick. Before Anna came onto the scene, when he was talking to Casey, by the way, I call her Miss Chardonnay because her cat name is Chardonnay. And so, Casey, your name is Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
So, but they had a connection because at the time he didn't say what his ethnicity was. He just said
Right.
that he was Asian. He's Asian. And Casey was, or Charnay was saying that she grew up Mormon, but there's her sister and her father was in Japan, so they're very
Korea.
fluent in that culture because they do, they sing and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
So
They
I
live
thought
in
that was
Korea.
Korea. Okay, I said Japan. Yeah, Korea.
Yeah.
So I thought that was very interesting. I said, oh, this could work because she's open. And then walks Anna, and I'm like, oh my God, they have way too much similarities for this not to be a thing for them. So I was like, oh, I could see that. I could really see that because both of them grew up in a white predominantly environment, and
And
all they
only
had
dated white people.
surrounding with it was white people. So that's all they had to date. So it was very interesting when they asked each other, have you ever dated, who do you date? And they said, a white guy. And he said, a white girl. They never said that they, dated
But you
anyone that was
notice how they found
multicultural.
out they were both Asian? Asians don't have
Context.
middle names. And when she
Yeah,
asked
context.
him, when he said that his parents did not were not born here, she was like clocking it. And then she asked him through another series of questions. She was like, "Do you have a middle name?" Because she knew when he said, "I took my father's middle name when I was adopted, but I didn't have a middle name at first." She knew he was Asian.
Yep.
That's when the
Mm-hmm.
wheels start turning. And they had
Yep.
never ever dated Asian people before. And it was
That's
crazy to me that
crazy.
they were hesitant at first.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
she said, I would have wrote you off
Yep.
because you were
So
Asian. That's crazy to me.
that's crazy. All right, so pause right there
Okay.
because we still on episode 1, right? I don't want to
Right.
bleed into 2 and 3 because their dynamics gets crazy.
It does.
So
All
who
right. So
else?
we have
Well, that's
Sparkle,
another
Megan, and
interesting.
Blake.
Yeah, that dynamic right there.
Like
Mm.
Blake. I really like, he was my favorite guy.
You
He
like
was
Blake?
even keeled. I did like Blake. I did. Um,
Mm.
what was crazy though is Megan is what I thought at the start materialistic. Like, call her Sparkle Megan. She's known for the bling. And she even said men are intimidated by her. And Blake is an even keeled type of guy.
Mm.
Like, Blake was not as wealthy as Mike, her other connection, but had more than Jordan, who was her other connection. He was right in the middle, and I see why he was her top choice.
Yeah,
Blake was
yeah,
chill.
yeah.
I
I
liked him.
she vibe with him very
Mm-hmm.
well on both sides because she does view success. You know, if you're financially stable, she will put you up here. I could totally see her doing it because she's, you know, I see her as lower upper class, maybe Jordan's like
Girl,
middle
ain't no lower
class.
upper class. Her friend was about to go to, she was about to go to a wedding where the venue was $400,000. Ain't no lower middle class. That girl is surrounded by people with money. That girl got money.
Upper class.
You paying the venue $400,000?
Yeah,
Girl, please.
uh, uh.
And we still don't know what kind of car she drives. Did you notice
We
that?
still don't know. No, we still don't know.
We still don't know that.
We're gonna have to check it out.
Um, so she goes on
So
a date with Blake, and then she goes on a date with Mike. Mike is 37. I don't understand why he didn't want to say his age at first on the first date. He's like, I'll keep you guessing. Mike is honorary
a
to me.
player. Go.
He thinks that his social status is his personality. When he
Mm,
said that he's part of a tribe of men that go and like do these little escape things, um, I was like, it reminded me of Real Housewives of New Jersey. Louis, who's married to Teresa, he did that, and it's like these men and no shirts on going woo 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 and chanting all this stuff, and I'm like, you're part of a tribe of wealthy men that have these pillars of. I could not stand Mike. Mike thought
yeah,
he was gonna lead with money.
yeah,
I ain't like
yeah.
him at all.
Yeah, let me see. I saw him player Mike,
Yep.
player Mike. Yeah, because he's always talk. Is he the one I was talking about? He got a hot tub and a sauna in his
Yeah,
house. Is
and the
that the
sauna. Yeah, he leads with
Yeah, he
money.
can go with that. He can go with that.
And she said that's the kind of man she would usually date.
Yeah,
So I'm
but they're
so
very.
glad that.
But those type of men, of, in my opinion, lean more on the side of narcissists.
Mm-hmm. The thing about Mike is what was funny was he would go back into the men's quarters and just not tell anyone who he's dating, but listen to Jordan and Blake talk about Megan and
Yeah.
have this smug look like y'all ain't got nothing on me.
He was very strategic. He's very strategic. And he's older too. He's like 37, I believe.
He was
Um,
37. Yep.
37. So he's come there like I got something for these young
I
folks.
got this. Yeah.
I love the confidence level though. I do. Oh, we forgot something. The couple, the couple, the first couple that said, I love you.
Allie and Anton.
What do you think about that? I love you. I've been thinking about you.
Anton was full of shit. Can you curse? I'm sorry. You can edit this out.
You can do this.
Anton, everything she did, he did. I worked at McDonald's. Me too. I learned English at 8. Me too. It's like
Whatever you want me to be. He's that
I
type
will
of dude.
be. Look, you know I'm coming to America. Whatever you like.
That's him.
What's up with
He,
the glasses on the hair type thing? Like I don't know. I don't. Allie is very sweet. I was really shocked that she said people think she's hard. I'm like, you don't look hard. Why would people think you're a hard person? I think because she was in the reserves or something like that. But nothing
uh,
about her says I think she's a sweet girl, beautiful girl.
yeah.
Anton got lucky that she believed everything he said. And I do not like Anton.
Anton is that type of dude that give you like false hope. You know, everything that you said that you want in a man, he will become that. And then once
Mm-hmm.
you get to see the real Antoine, whoever that is,
Mm-hmm.
and you realize that, oh, this is not the same person because it's not the same person.
And in the becoming attractions, you see that with them. You see her
So
saying, talking
you know,
about
I don't watch
Botox.
no previews. I don't know. I don't know what's ahead. I don't know
It's at the
nothing.
end of the last one. Yeah,
I
so
I don't know. I
he
only
has
got
it.
I only watched up to three.
April.
I'm so behind. I'm so behind.
This is why it's called the sparkle thing, that the thing is all about Megan. So Megan goes on a date with Daddy Jordan. Um,
Hold
they
on, Daddy
talk
Jordan.
about her car. He tries to guess it. She won't tell him. Jordan says he drives a 2013 Kia Forte. He is so out of her league. But the thing I like about Jordan is they bond on the diabetes thing. His child has type 1 diabetes. Her father died from complications with type 1 diabetes. So that's where the trauma bonding thing starts. That's where they really hook into each other. His son is 5. He also tells her he had a vasectomy. She doesn't have any kids of her own, but he said it can get
Gonna
reversed.
be
She's
a
like, you can do
problem
that?
later. That's gonna be a problem later.
Yep.
That's gonna be a problem.
Um, she
It's
says
more
she usually
kids.
dates older men. Like Jordan would not even be on her register
Mm-mm.
or anything. They're complete opposites, but she likes him. There's something about Jordan she likes. And I'm glad that she opened herself up to let me not, because I'm on Love is Blind, right? I'm supposed to be dating outside of the people that I usually date. So I'm glad that she opened up there. I really am.
Yeah, yeah. That shows some growth on her part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see it. She does vibe with him. I do like her with him, but she says in this episode that she can't see how that they would align outside of this
Mm-hmm.
process. And I can understand that. I can understand that if he's able to change. Now, as far as that vasectomy is concerned, you can reverse it, but that's what, a 50-50 chance?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, and why would you decide that so young?
That
Jordan
was
is
my thing. One
he's
child
only
and you got a vasectomy?
29 years old.
You had one child and said, that's it for me. Or
So
maybe
let
he
me ask,
said, I'll get a vasectomy knowing that he could reverse it.
but my question is, how is it that when a woman says, I want to get my tube tied, they won't do it if you're in your 20s and your 30s, because they're saying that, oh, when you may change your mind when you get older. Da, 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy is 29 years old, he gets a vasectomy, he got no issue.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
That's crazy. It's a man's world. It's a man's
I
world.
just noted that, and I'm like, come on. Mm, mm, But
Yeah, that
anyway,
was crazy. So the next
so
thing is you see Allie and Anton again. And we find out that she is Brazilian. And I think that turned him on. I think that's all she had to say, because Brazilian women are beautiful. I think that's
uh,
all she had to say, and he was locked in from that point. Um, he's Russian. He doesn't look Russian at all. And also on Love is Blind, you really should not be telling each other that, like your ethnicities.
yeah, there's some things that you're not supposed to talk. Cause okay, Nick Lachey said that you're not. It's supposed to be no physical obstacles, right? No
Right,
ethnicity, no religion, no
right.
income, none of that stuff you're supposed to be talking about. No race, none of that. No
Yep.
spirituality. They throw all that out the window, huh?
And the other thing he did was after he heard she was Brazilian, started calling her baby. Yeah, baby.
Oh,
I can do that,
really?
baby. Me too, baby. I'm like, oh, you slick. You getting that emotional part, like you going to the heart right
Oh,
away. That's
yes,
all
yes,
she
yes.
heard was baby.
So that emotional attachment, like I said earlier, he tells her everything that she wants to hear, become that, so she can be emotionally attached to him. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, he hooked her, reeled her in.
Reeled her in quick. All right, so the next scene is the men's quarters. And this is when Edmund says he really wants to love somebody. He's tried dating. He's tried dating friends of friends. He likes Calibria. He's really crazy for Calibria. Um, he tells her he feels a spark. Then she goes into, which I'm a 50-50 woman. Like, I'll pay 50, you pay 50. You cook, I cook. You clean, I clean. You pay the bill, I pay the bill type thing. I don't like when
Trying to
women lead like that.
say, I hate when people say that, but that's pretty much an old, outdated mindset. She wants a partnership where you share things, where I give, you give. And I think that's what she was trying to say.
That's what she was trying to say, but it came out. I need the man to show me he really wants me and be like, you ain't got to do a thing. And then I can say, no, we cool.
But
That
that's
never
not,
happened.
then she
You
just
know,
wants you to put that out there.
it wasn't like he came in and said, I'm going to take care of you. I want a man to say he's going to take care of me. And then I can be like, I got this too. And it's not just you alone. But I need for him to lead with, I got you. And she came in and led with 50-50. He was like, ooh, did you see?
He's so animated,
Crazy.
Chad. He's so animated.
Ooh.
He just want to be loved. It don't matter, Chad. She could have said, I give you 25, you 75, 25, 75. Oh, I'll take that, baby.
Ooh.
You can say anything.
We do learn that he grew up in foster care. His parents had custody of him on and off. He doesn't say what happened. So we don't know if they were on drugs and lost custody. We don't know if they didn't have a place for them to stay. Um, the one thing I will say, it was a sad upbringing to hear about. And to hear that he has his master's degree and everything else
Oh,
was good to hear. It did my heart good to know that he made it out of that. But I'm going to tell you this. When he started talking about his teacher and he started crying on their first freaking date, I can't. I can't. And she was like, it's okay for a man to be emotional. That was such an ick for me.
it's an ick for you?
Yeah, be emotional after I know you.
So that would turn
That
you on.
was too much too fast. He don't know this girl, so he just going around crying to everybody he talked to.
He wear his emotions on his sleeve. I could say, I would say that I want to preface this
Mm-hmm.
as we go along on this journey together, all of us. Okay. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think he's completely healed from his traumatic past,
Me
and
neither.
we're gonna it's gonna show throughout this process. But that's just one of the things. He wants love so bad that it's gonna show up in many, many different ways. And but the most way he's gonna show it is on his sleeves. He's gonna cry when it hits him. He's getting mad. It's gonna hit. He is so super, super emotional. This show's not good for him. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's not. I'm gonna be honest. When he first said he eat boogers, they should have pulled the plug and got him out of there.
Yeah,
So she
yeah.
got to watch this man, see the promos after they've gone through this stuff, and know that she chose a man who said he eats his boogers. Because I promise you, until she saw that promo, she had no idea.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, well, let me ask you this, because we hadn't even gotten to that part yet. They haven't shown that part yet. This is just the previews that they showed that. They
Well,
should have saved
no.
that part.
So he said that. So what the show did was they show all the people that's going to be on this season, and they asked him.
Preview.
They asked all of them, "What is something someone doesn't know about you?" He says, "I eat my boogers." He said, I know it's crazy, but I do. So
So
she's
he's
not
all,
going to see it. It's not part of the show. It's
oh,
the
it's not part
promo.
of the show. Oh my
It's part of the
gosh.
promo.
Oh my gosh. So my question is this. Um, does boogers have any nutritional value?
Does it what?
Nutritional value in eating boogers?
I never,
Well,
I've never looked at it. I,
they say semen is what, vitamin E? What would
oh my
what
God,
would
I've never looked it up.
what would be
I've never
boogers?
looked it up.
He
Oh
may
my
have a
God.
thing. We don't
Now
know.
I gotta look it up.
Shoot, it could cure
But he knows
cancer. We
something we
don't know.
don't.
It could cure Alzheimer's and it could, you know, boogers. We had the whole cure the whole damn time.
Oh,
What?
oh,
What?
that's hilarious.
Oh, child. Oh,
So
goodness.
they talk about college, and both of them played sports. She played basketball. He was a cornerback in football. I really do think when he said he played football, she imagined somebody that's not him. I think she imagined some this buff.
Oh, God.
She imagined this buff guy with some muscles. Although the voice already told you what he looked like, the high pitched voice, because that voice would just. I don't know how she got there.
She
I
wanted to
really
be
don't
loved
know.
because she's a social worker. I think her thing is that she wants to save people. She's a nurturer. So we don't we she told us her history as well. So she has a longing also. All these people are unhealed. Okay, so my name for Edmund is because remember back in the day, and I don't want to call him this because that has a negative connotation. We just call people special ed, so I don't want to call him special ed, but he is special. But I call him eccentric ed because he's very
He's very
eccentric.
eccentric.
Eccentric
He
ed
really
is his
is.
name. So eccentric ed. Um, I'm gonna hold off judgment till I see otherwise. So eccentric Ed and what's her name? Calabria. They
Yes,
connect.
Calibria.
Calibria. They connect. They connect. So so I want to kind of like jump ahead and get into episode 2. So before we leave that, we learned that Allie, I call her Allie Cat, and Anton, they profess their love for one another, and he asked her to marry him,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so she says yes. And so now we are in episode 2, which is called Love
That's when the
Me
reveal happens.
When I'm Blind.
What does when Allie said before, she said before the reveal, before they opened the doors, she says she woke up and saw 555 on her alarm clock, and that was a sign. What does that mean?
It's like angel numbers. Angel numbers. I see angel numbers all the time, and everyone may have different
I never heard of that.
angel numbers. Oh, look it up. My angel number that I see all the time is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, every time I look at the clock, it doesn't matter. It at that particular time, it's
Mm-hmm.
12:34. I mean, I could do anything. And I just look. It's or 1, 1, 1, 1, or sometimes 3, 3, 3, 3. Um, so yeah, everybody, not everybody, but if you are in tune, you will if you pay attention, the universe does speak to you. So, and so certain numbers mean certain things. I don't know what 555 means, but
Okay.
they're angel numbers. So
All
just look
right.
them up. Look them up.
So they
Yeah.
had the reveal. He thinks she is absolutely stunning, as we know he would. She thinks he's handsome. But he didn't propose to her. So on Love is Blind, if you don't know, what happens is when you come out and meet each other, you get on your knee and actually do the proposal again in front of them and put the ring on their finger. They
He
showed the
did.
ring. He didn't. He didn't. They went and sat down. He never got on his knees and proposed to her.
He did. Maybe they didn't
I'll
show
look it
it.
again. He didn't. Then maybe they didn't show it. But
Maybe they
that's
didn't
one of the
show.
big things about when you see someone is that they propose again and put the ring on your finger. And I thought it
I
was
don't think
wild that he didn't. I also thought it was wild that when he walked back, he didn't even turn around to look at
he
her.
didn't turn around. Now I did clock that. I did
I
clock
was like,
that.
you just go and get the champagne bottle and you like, I'm good.
Yes, yes, yes.
So that was weird.
Because I wrote down, okay, they came from behind the wall, they met, they kissed, they hugged. Oh, I didn't write it down.
He was like, I got my girl, she cute, I'm out.
Okay. Well, it doesn't. Well, they didn't do the reveal, or maybe they just didn't show it. So, okay. All right.
Yeah,
Boom. So they're good. They're the first couple that made it official. They are to
right.
be married, to get married, right? Do they actually
Yep.
have marriage ceremonies?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Cool. 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 Oh,
And they have to plan it. It's not like Netflix plans it or other producers plan it.
and
They
their
have to
own
plan it.
wedding.
They have to
Oh,
plan the
ooh, that's
wedding.
gonna be exciting for me. Okay.
So next we have Joe and Madison. Madison is the girl that is going blind. And so they date. What I thought was weird was Joe was like, my lease is up soon. Do you own a place? And she's like, I own a condo. So he homeless.
Homosexual is what they call it. Going from couch to couch. You ain't got no
That
home. You ain't
was
got no
it. The
home.
question came out the blue.
Homosexual. He looking for a place to lay his head.
And when and when she told him about her, degenerative eye problem, his mouth was hung open like this for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And what do you think about someone with that type of issue going on Love is Blind to find not just a husband, but maybe a provider and someone that has to change their whole life around because you have an issue? And I'm not saying anything wrong against her. Like, I understand why she went there because she's like, I want to meet somebody, I might be going blind, so I'm trying to meet somebody. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I just think it's a
It
little
puts the man in
selfish.
unfair. Yeah, it puts the man at a very unfair position as
It
well.
does.
And it is, and I agree with you. Again, we got these people who got some real issues. They should be on here. They should be on here, child, because we're gonna talk about them.
So we done
You,
dated for a few times, and now you're telling me you might go blind. So if I say I don't want to date you anymore, I look bad on international TV
yeah.
that's a lot.
That's a lot. I mean, this is taking care of a disabled person, and it doesn't mean that it's going to happen right away. It could happen right away soon. Shoot, it can happen next year or 10, 15, 20 years from now. You don't know. So that is not necessarily a burden, but it is a burden
It's a
because you
burden.
have to change your lifestyle to an accommodating lifestyle. That it does call upon a lot. That does call a lot.
Like my
And that,
thing is, does she drive? Does he have to drive her everywhere she goes? Like, does the house have to be set up a certain way?
mhm.
That's a
Yeah,
lot.
that's a lot. So, but my thing was when she told him, I saw the detachment because he was all in up until then.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, I just saw him like peel.
He did. He was like,
Oh,
"Whoa,
I need
I
to
came
process.
here." He's like, "I came here to bag me a baddie, and here I am. I'm about to be a caregiver." He was not ready.
He was not ready for that. So that was interesting.
Yep.
Um, and then after that, it was the Nick. We're back to Nick.
The watch dealer. I'm gonna give my opinion on Nick.
Nick.
Nick is fluid. Nick gave me fluid vibes, and especially when and I got this in my head, and then he talked about how his mother asked him if he was gay. I was like, oh, so it's not his mom thought it too. Nick is fluid, but he goes on a date with Kate. Nick is 27, she's 31. Kate is a registered dietitian. Another thing about Nick, he talks a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
Lord
Kate
Jesus
was
Christ.
engaged for 8 years, but he cheated on her when her mother passed away, soon after her mother passed away, which was sad.
Mhm, mhm,
First of all,
mhm.
8 year engagement is crazy to me. Right? We wouldn't have been engaged for 8 years. Um, then Nick goes on a date with Annie, who's a hair salon owner. He says that's his wild card. Um, he said he wants an equal partner, all these equal partners. She says she wants to be engaged in a week. I want to get married. I want to be engaged in a week. She loves intimacy. Everything is sexy to her. Kiss me on my neck is sexy. I hold your arm is sexy. You put your hand on my inner thigh is sex. Like everything is freaking.
You just look at me with your
Blow
eyes
a
open.
bubble is sexy.
You're breathing. It's sexy.
You're so sexy. Get these people. Um, and then they do laugh a lot with each other. They
Nick
laugh a
and
lot.
Annie, because there's an
Annie and
Anna.
Nick.
It's Annie.
Annie.
Annie,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay. Mhm.
But then after their date, they pan to Annie in her confessional. She says her number one is Brendan. And I like
Brandon.
Brendan. He was
Brandon.
one of my favorite guys.
Really?
Yeah, I liked him. Um, and she is also his top choice. So I liked, they didn't show us much of their interaction. He did talk about what kind of house you want, what color you want the door, that kind of stuff. He was looking into the future,
Mhm.
but I didn't see the connection with them like I saw her and Nick. Like with Nick, she laughed. With this guy, it was more serious, and I didn't see a love connection at all. Even though they said they
Oh,
had it, because they're both each other's number one, so it was there.
yeah.
They didn't show it to us.
Yeah. They didn't show it to us. Because I have a check mark between with Kate and Brandon. But
I think with Kate and Brandon,
Kate, Kait, Kate.
I don't remember them going on a date.
Breathing. Yeah. Because it went from, because I got diagram, because it's crazy. It went from Nick and Kate, Kait, and Annie, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
Annie said that she liked Nick,
Mm-hmm.
and Kate said that she was more into Brendan.
I missed that completely.
Yeah, she was more into Brendan because, but Brendan said he liked Annie. Crazy.
Okay. Yeah, I missed that whole thing. Yeah, it's a big
Seriously.
triangle there.
That's a triangle
Well,
there.
that's a four
Uh,
square because it's Nick, Annie,
I was about to
Brendan, and Kate.
say
Yeah, that's a square.
that's a rectangle chair. Um,
So this is
oh,
where we get back to the men's quarters,
mm,
and this fool is kissing the floor.
talking about eccentric Ed. Eccentric Ed.
And Brendan looks like, hey, what you doing? I love Brendan. Like I would date Brendan. he was he was like, you really kissing you really kissing the floor? I ain't kissed nobody in a long time. This feels good. Like this dude.
Boy, you better put some ice chips on them lips and stop playing. Ew.
Girl. There are
But
people online wondering if he's on the spectrum.
uh-huh.
And I was
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't be surprised if he was on the high
My
end of
daughter
the
said,
spectrum.
my daughter
Huh?
said, my daughter, she watches this show just as long as you
Mm-hmm.
have. She said this should be called Love is Blind the Spectrum. She said everybody's on the spectrum.
Shay is
She
so
literally
right,
said that.
man.
She literally, she said this should be Love is Blind special because
It
everybody act like,
is. You
oh
got
my God.
narcissists on one end. You got this crazy dude that acts like a child, like he's 5 years old on the other end. Like,
Goodness
uh,
gracious. So, okay, so you're talking about special, special, eccentric
eccentric
Ed
Ed.
and the, I cannot say her name. Calabra? Is her name Calabra?
Calibria. Calibria.
KB. That's what he called her. I'm gonna call her
KB. That's what we
KB.
gonna call her. Yep.
KB is her name.
Yep.
KB.
So they go on a date, and that's when my thing is, why are his pants always so freaking tight? I just don't like it. I'm just gonna give it to you.
That's what it
I don't
is. You
like
don't like.
eccentric Ed at all.
I like him.
Um, so they talk about how he forgives his mom and dad. They have a good relationship now, and then she goes into the point where she's jealous basically because she doesn't talk to her father. He didn't want to be in her life. The thing that he said he knows is that she was like, "How did you forgive your mom?" He's like, "That's my mom, and I know she loves me. And I know she wants to be a part of my life." That touched me. One of the few things he said that touched me. But then she was like, "I guess that's it. I don't know if my dad loves me." That was sad.
Yeah.
That was
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was really sad. And it
He
now I
lonely
understand
heart.
why she has to be so tough.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. To protect herself. I mean, I could see that
Yeah.
as a way to protect herself, but she wants so much to be loved. I like all of them
Mm-hmm.
do, really, to be honest. Well, I would say most of them, because some are there from other reasons, not for love,
Mm-hmm. They are.
but the ones who are there for the to genuinely find someone, they all want that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
truth. So then we
Yeah.
got the whole square, the Megan, Blake, Mike, and Jordan type of.
You back
Well,
to that
Megan
again?
dating Blake, Mike, and Jordan. She got three choices. She goes on a date with Jordan, the daddy. She likes him. They laugh a lot. She says he makes him feel like he's a best friend vibe. She said Mike is more her type. That's the one that has the money because he's successful. But Blake is still her number one.
Yeah.
He's the one in the middle. It's like the
Yeah.
porridge is too hot, the porridge is too cold, the porridge is just right. That's
Golden
how I'm
Hour.
looking at her choosing between these men.
That's a good one. I like that. I like that.
So next, the thing that happens next is Blake says, when she says that Blake is her number one, Blake says that his top connection is Anna. So they go on
Anna.
the s'mores date. I love Anna.
I love Anna
Anna
too.
is funny as I don't know what.
Yeah, I really like her. I really like her.
I liked Anna.
Um,
I liked Anna with Patrick when she was talking like it's so hot that both of them figured out they were both Asian. And I liked her with Blake.
yeah, I like her
That's the
both.
first
She,
time they've ever dressed up a pod. Like with the
oh
trees and
really?
everything. They've never done that before.
I
So
like
I was
that.
kind of shocked that they had this
It was,
camping like vibe. I liked it.
well, maybe the guys requested and said, "Hey, I want to
Maybe he
go on
requested
a
it.
date." Yeah, but that's a nice way of doing our date. They should do that going forward.
Yeah. They both
Yeah.
asked each other if they read the questions, have you ever ghosted someone? How ironic. Both of them say basically no. How ironic.
That's what we call foreshadowing, okay?
Or
For so we're gonna note that
oh
they did say that they never ghosted either one of them. I went,
yeah.
okay, all right,
And then they
okay.
did scratch offs. And then they were
That
like,
was
one of
cool.
them was going to a concert, and Blake had the one was doing something extreme somewhere. So she was like, so we fucking at a concert. That's why I like Anna. Anna just gives it out there. She's like, and Blake didn't seem like the type. He seemed so conservative that I was really like when he laughed at it. I was like, oh, he kind of cool. So there's
Yeah,
parts of Blake they haven't shown us. They're really trying to make him
yeah,
seem conservative. the way he
Yeah.
looks and everything, that he got such a kick out for that her saying that. I was like, oh, he cool.
But and it also depends on the person that you're with as well, because sometimes you're not allowing yourself to be a certain part of yourself unless you somebody else can bring that out of you. And maybe that's what Anna
Mm,
did.
she did. She makes everyone feel comfortable that she talks
Hmm.
to. Have you noticed that? Even the
Hmm.
girls in the women's quarters, she's like the life of the party type. Of, the person, like that's a person that you and I could go hang out with.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see
Let's go
that.
have a
I can
drink
see
and
that.
just laugh the whole night away. I like
So
her a lot.
I did highlight, I love Blake and Anna dynamic. I really highlighted
I
that.
did too. I did too.
Even though I like her and Patrick as well. But I really highlighted that. Um, I like that. Okay. So,
Because I wanted them to embrace who they are.
hmm,
And the fact that they've never dated, neither one of them have ever dated an Asian person is crazy to me.
that's crazy. But not really. I mean, they live in
I
Colorado,
think
what,
it's
Denver,
crazy.
Colorado, Denver, wherever they from.
It's
I see
crazy.
that.
But there are Asian people. He said he wouldn't even look at an Asian person in a bar. Like that's weird to me. There's some inner things
It's
that because he
self-hatred.
was bullied, like you said, there's some inner things he doesn't like about himself.
Yeah.
Anna, I don't think she feels that way. I think Anna, it just came up that, like she said, she just kept bringing white boys home, and her mom was like, okay. I don't think but she did say that if she saw an Asian in a bar, she wouldn't approach him. What is that
Yeah.
about?
I think it's really okay. It's really close to proximity, which they didn't really have any where they were from. And then when they did see one, maybe they thought people would think of them in a certain way. So it had to be come down to self-hatred. Not that they hate each other, but it was like, I don't want to be like them. I want to be close to whiteness.
Yeah, whiteness
So
proximity.
I can be
You
seen, you
as
know,
a person. They
right.
didn't see themselves as a person, as a yeah.
They didn't want to see themselves in their own culture. They don't want to see themselves, even though probably at home they do cultural things. You know, they eat cultural
Yeah.
food and
Well, both
holidays.
of them said that their families moved from somewhere else, and when they said that my uncles and my aunts moved, and he said the same thing. They knew they were Asian because Asians move in groups. The
They
whole
do.
family gonna live in the house. So next we have Casey and Patrick date and play basketball. This is
Oh
after
yeah,
Anna leaves.
that basketball. This,
Yeah, the
that's
basket, the fake one, but she wins. He really
She's
likes
very
her. Attraction is
competitive.
important to her. He reluctantly tells her about being Asian, and it took him everything in the child of God to tell this woman he was Asian. What did you think about that?
I think he's been scarred. This man has been scarred um badly. For you
Badly.
not to say, hey, this is who I am. For you not to say that, and
He's stuttering.
he
Like,
was
let me think
scared.
about it. She's like, where are your parents from? He's like, let me think about that for a moment. I'm like, what?
Well, what the rules are, you're not supposed to tell. So I'll give him an out for that. Maybe he was like,
That
you
ain't
know,
why he ain't tell. He thought that she wouldn't be interested in him
he don't
once
want to
he
be
said it.
judged. He don't want to be judged.
And then
That's
she
sad.
tells him that everyone in her family dates someone outside their race. So he gets more comfortable, you
Yeah.
know,
If you
with
just be who
everything.
you are, so the people who don't accept you, then that's their problem. That's not
Yep.
yours. You can't change who you are. You may try, but
Yep.
you still Asian. I can't change it. I'm not black.
I can't take this off. And when you talk to me, you know you can hear it in my voice. So that's what it is.
I was talking to a friend of mine. he told me this story. This guy I dated. He told me this story. So he was talking to another person, right? And they was going back and forth talking about whatever. And at the end of the conversation, he said, "Okay, brother, I see you later." And my friend asked him, "How did you know I was a brother?" He said, again, we talk about context clues. He said, "You ask me a question." You ask. He said, "Ask," because I don't do it. He said, "Ask." So you ask me a question. He
Boy,
was
he
like,
said, I
"Oh."
want some milk. I want some shrimp.
He said, "That's how I knew you were a brother." He was like, "Oh, okay." He don't say ask, he say ask. Like an
That's
X.
hilarious. That's
So I
funny.
totally get that. I totally, but it comes out. You're gonna be who you, and people are gonna judge you regardless.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
You're
yeah,
not telling
it took
me,
you five
Lauren.
years. It took him 5 years to get to that answer. So
I
I was
know.
like, oh, come on.
So we're back in the men's quarters, and Joe says that Madison is his biggest connection. He writes her a note. Um, she tells him she loves him, and him her. They go on another date. He talks about how easy it is to love her, and then he proposes. So that's our next
Joe.
people.
I call him.
Joe.
I call Joe Faux Joe. He's such a fake to me.
He's fake.
Faux Joe,
He's so
like
fake.
faux FAUX, like faux fair, faux fur, fake fur. Faux Joe, like Flo Joe.
Yep.
Faux Joe is who he is, because I don't believe a word he says. All right,
And
so
then so episode two
episode
ends.
3 is called Ghost Town.
Yeah, because the end of episode two, Patrick talks about Anna and how she's his number one, goes into the pod, ain't nobody there.
Ain't nobody there.
And he's looking at the producers. I'm like, why didn't they just tell him ain't nobody there? Why they make him go sitting there knowing that she had already left?
He's sitting
That's
there
the one thing
answering
I hate
hello,
about this show. Huh?
hello. He's like, Anna, Anna, hello.
He even said to the producers, nobody's answering. He thought maybe it was a mic problem, that he couldn't hear her.
They could have told him because he stepped outside the pod and asked the producers.
Yep.
They
I
didn't
can't
say
hear
anything.
anybody. So he's
So
shocked Anna's not there. She's left the
yeah,
experiment. She ghosted everyone. She didn't leave a message, a note, or anything. She just left.
not not even to the girls nor her
They had no idea.
interested party. How do you
And
just
I
pick up
really
and
would
leave?
love to know what happened. Like, we don't know why she decided to leave because she had two great connections. She had Blake and she had Patrick. Like, they were in on her. I've never
Yeah,
seen someone, first of all, I've never seen someone leave like that. Except for last year, somebody was mad and they left because somebody didn't pick them. But I think that was one of the international Love is Blind. But I've never seen someone from the US just leave. And then she left and didn't even say anything to the girls. Like nobody knows. Because if you don't know, they don't stay in those quarters. They stay in hotels. And they come
oh,
in for
okay.
filming every day and they spend the day in those women's quarters and men's quarters. They don't live
Oh,
there.
okay. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay, okay.
So,
Gotcha.
like one thing that happened on I just finished watching Love is Blind France. One of the dudes got put off the show because he started dating someone at the hotel and having this girl come in his room and all that kind of stuff. So they kicked him
Oh,
out. Yeah,
as they should. Okay,
as they
okay.
should. All right. So Blake says Anna and Sparkle Megan are as tight. He looks forward to Anna. He doesn't know Anna's already gone.
So Blake looking for Anna, no
Patrick
show,
looking for Anna.
and Patrick looking for Anna, no show. But at least the producers talked to Blake and said, "Hey, she ain't nowhere to be found. She got."
Megan talks to the girls. Um, Megan and Jordan go on a date. He has had a vasectomy. We talked about that. but we'll get it reversed. He tells the other guys he is in love with Megan, and Mike is sitting there with a smug look on his face, like you ain't got no
Player Mike.
chance.
Like,
She
okay.
talks to the girls in production. She had decided she's going to friend zone Jordan, but goes on a date with him, and something switches.
It sure did. It sure
That was
did. And
crazy.
that's how it happens. Sometimes out of the blue, just that that's how it was for me when I before I got married, I did not like my husband. I didn't like him. He got on my nerve. He was too arrogant. I didn't like him. He was just ooh. And then one day he walked in the training center and oh, he is so fine. Just like this switched, just like that. I'm like, oh,
I, I've never
honey, I
had the
get it.
switch. I've never had the switch go good. I've had the switch turn off where I like somebody and I see him one day. I'm like, ugh, ugh,
Plenty
don't
of
touch.
those. I had
Don't
plenty of those.
touch.
Oh, chair. I had plenty of those. Oh, you'd be like, oh,
Oh.
yeah. I had to like switch on.
So Megan is looking forward to a date with Blake and finds out he left. He didn't
I
tell
thought
Megan.
maybe it's ghosting contagious or something on this show because everybody just ghosts
What I
everybody.
thought. Let me tell you what I thought at first, because Anna and Blake liked each other heavy. I was saying in my head, I hope they both left and are going to be together. How weird is it that Anna and Blake left? I don't know what made Anna leave at first, but maybe Blake was like, Anna's not there, I'm gone.
I'm thinking that's what happened for Blake. I don't know about Anna, but
Yeah, we don't
I
know
can
why Anna
tell.
left.
Yeah, yeah. But
And I'm
okay,
thinking if Sparkle Megan kept talking about all the money she has, Blake might have thought, I can't, I can't live up to her standards. The more he got to know her, he was like, Anna was my person, she's gone, I'm out.
yeah,
And just
I can
left.
see that. I could see that. I
Yeah.
could totally see that. I'm more inclined. I am more inclined to believe that than anything else. So, all right. So she's out. He's out.
Mm-hmm.
Two less contestants we got to worry about. So they gone.
So now we have the reveal of Madison and Joe. Girl, he did not like what he saw. He played it off.
You think the
He
same
was
thing?
so, yes. He was
Okay.
stuttering. He's like, oh, I just have to get used to it. I'm like, boy, you ain't, because she's not a size 5, he was not ready for that
He
beautiful woman
said.
coming out of those parts.
He said. I was not expecting that.
Yes.
Girl, I was like, he said I was not expecting it. That's a reason for concern right there. I told you, Fojo.
Faux Joe.
Fojo. Fake is.
He was stuttering, but I will say this: we saw him propose to her. He did get on down on one knee and give her the ring. I'll give him that
He did. He
much.
did. He did. He did. He did. He did. We saw that.
Girl.
Never mind.
So we see the men in the lounge. I really do think all the men think that Edmund is weird. This is when he does the track thing. And he's jumping up high and running back and forth and ready,
Yeah,
set, see
ADHD.
on your mind. I really do think they think he's crazy. I really, they just not saying it. The men know this man is weird. They know he's weird.
Yeah.
Then Brendan and Annie go on a date.
Yeah.
Annie tells Brendan that she is PDA obsessed. Him not so much.
I
And
don't think
she
he
says
likes
she
her.
is patiently waiting for him to say I love you. But
I don't
he's
think
not
he's.
giving it to her.
I don't think
Huh?
he's into her. I don't think he's
I
into
don't
her.
think so either.
Mm-mm. It was
Then
like when
Nick and
she was on a date with him. It was like she was like pulling teeth almost,
pulling
right?
teeth. Yeah.
But then she goes
Yep.
on a date with
Nick.
Nick. It was
And
like
Nick is overflowing with compliments and I got you and I want you and I love you and they're laughing a lot. He's very talkative.
Yeah, and he did the same thing with the next day he was on. Who was that with?
Kate.
Kate. I caught I caught I caught him cut copy and paste because what he did over there, he did
He
exactly.
did. He did. He tells her he's in love with her with Kate.
But I got your back with the
And
other one.
I wrote in my notes, I am confused about how he feels with Kate and Annie because he's saying the same thing to both of them.
Cut, copy, paste. Boom.
And I
Mm,
still
mm, mm,
think
mm.
he's fluid or gay. You not I'm telling you, the man is fluid.
Okay, I haven't looked at him with those eyes,
Watch his
but
mannerisms and everything else.
okay, okay, okay.
It
All right,
it
cool
just
beans.
okay. Then we get back to Edmund and Calibria on a date,
Mm-hmm.
and she asks him if he can be strong for them. She
Mm-hmm.
reads this letter to him.
A
He
long ass
proposes,
letter too. That letter was long. I was like,
and
how
then he
long is this letter?
proposes,
Jeez. Yeah,
and
he
she
proposed.
says yes. Lord help her soul.
Mm, mm.
There ain't
Help
nothing
us
about
all.
that voice would even turn me on.
Help us, help us for us to watch this fall apart.
And when he proposed to her, he was like, "Pretty, pretty, pretty, please marry me." This dude is 5 years old. If a man got down on the knee to you and said, "Will you pretty, pretty, please marry me?" Pretty, 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 bitch.
how, look, how big is the rock?
I don't even care. I couldn't. Um, so Patrick is on a date with Casey. He's kind of confused. He said he's not going to force chemistry after Anna has left. He's going to just try it though and see what happens between them.
That's fair.
And then Jordan and Mike are in the men's quarters talking about Sparkle Megan and their connections with her. And Mike is being very close-lipped. He's listening, but he ain't giving no information. And Jordan is just spouting out like he the only one. He don't know that he got an ops right there beside him.
Right
Ops
beside
is
him.
right there. Megan
Okay.
does go on a date with Mike. You know, he feels good, even after Jordan said all that stuff. And she starts crying and tells him that he's a normal person she would date and he's just like her exes. And he basically tells her, I know who your other person is, and basically I'm better than him in so many words.
Pretty much. I was like, it felt heavy to me. It just
It
felt so
was.
heavy. I was like, there's a disconnect or something right there. Um, I don't
He is
think she
all
feels
about being a
joy.
power duo. Go ahead.
Right. And that probably was a buzzword for her. And she'd be like, oh yes, I'm all in. But that they don't have any chemistry.
Nope, they just want to be a power duo. And they could be. But
They
I don't think the love what she came there to find is there. I think he came there to find a power dude. He came to find somebody like her or someone that he could be above. And like he said, he likes traditional roles, do the cooking and the cleaning and the Instacart. Remember he said all that
that's
stuff,
not
do the
her.
groceries. Yeah, that's not her.
Because she when
So
he was talking about that, she what did she think he was playing? No, that man was serious.
he was
He was
serious.
he was serious, and
She
I
was
don't understand
laughing,
why.
but he was serious.
That's what I'm saying. She should not have entertained that because that's exactly he's telling you what he wants.
Yep.
Baby, that's not your
And
man.
that
Mm,
ain't you.
mm-mm.
You want to, she has also said, like, she wants to live her soft life. She has this money and the fame, but she wants to be someone's woman. She wants to cuddle up. She wants him to take care of stuff. I think she really wants to, as much as she loves her career, she's going to keep that going, but she wants to come home to soft life.
Right.
If
Yeah.
I'm fighting people all day with my business to make it successful, when I come home, I need to put on my nightgown, put on my nighties, cuddle up under you, watch some Netflix, and chill, knowing you got everything at home. That's who she
Yeah, but it's
wants.
that's what she wants, but is that who she is? Because that's something else too, because I can see her running a business and turning it off at night. You can't do that.
You've only seen up to episode 3. Yeah, at the end we see that Kalia is about to be revealed with Edmund. And all I got to say is, before they show this
Century
reveal, what the
egg.
hell does he have on? What?
I like what he had on. I thought it was very fashionable.
You didn't see the whole outfit because, again, you
I,
didn't see episode 4. The pants
okay.
are bell-bottom high water pants. They're above the ankle.
I saw that. I saw that when he was
You
standing there
thought
with
that
the
was cute?
ring. But he was standing there with the ring that had us. He showed
And
us
the
his whole
ugly
outfit.
shirt? He didn't even have on a suit.
I thought it was. I thought it was
I
very
couldn't stand it.
fashionable.
I thought
I
he looked like a clown. He was a clown.
I think he has a 70s aesthetic. And so if you look at it like that, that's because they're watertight pants. They
All right, let
were.
me say this. Lenny Kravitz has a 70s ecstatic. He is sexy as fuck. All right.
Listen, he's a rocker. Come on, you can't put two. You
But he
can't.
still wears the same stuff. He wears the bell bottoms. He wears the leather jackets with no shirt under it. Like, and sexy, I don't know what. Edmund looks goofy as crap.
Well, all men in the 70s wasn't sexy, boo. Some of them were cornballs, just like just like
Edmund
Accenture
is a
head.
cornball. All right, so we're going to end this here. This was fun for our first time.
This is our first time, so I thank all of you who has joined us, and this is a test for us. So let us know in
Yes.
the comments. This is our first time doing this, so if you have any ideas or anything that you want to discuss with us, if you see, because we're going to do episode 4, 5, and
4
6
through
next.
6.
Okay,
Yes.
4, 5, and 6 is next. So if there's anything that you want us to discuss, 4, 5, and 6, or going forward, just let us know.
Yeah. And please share this with everyone you know, family and friends. Hit the subscribe button. This is the beginning for us. Reali-Tee in April. Reali-Tee in April. That's it.
Reality in April. And this
All
is an
right.
opinionated
Yes.
podcast. And if you agree, you agree. If you don't, that's your business.
Love you, girl.
Love you too. Bye.